kisses, leather boots and a barroom grin. One more round, let the chaos begin. UK shouting, turn it up. Jager yelling, that's not enough. Smoking lights and a live cassette. Welcome to Reload and Reset. Oh, we ain't ever slowing down. Oh, we're gonna shake this whole damn town. Reload, everybody scream tonight. Reset, like the speakers dynamite. Hands up high, let the whole world sweat. We are Reload and Reset. Reload, turn the chaos all the way. Reset, we ain't sleeping anyway. Oh, Reload and Reset. Cheap beer queens and tactical sins, living like the 80s never ended again. Bad knees, but we still go hard like two drunk sergeants in a parking lot bar. Jaeger laughing with the 1,000-yard stare. UK screaming from a folding chair. Current events get verbally wrecked. Every episode's a train wreck. Oh, raise your glasses to the sky. Oh, we're too loud to ever die. Reload, everybody lose control. Reset, rock and roll overload. Turn it up and place your bets. Welcome to Reload and Reset. Reload, nothing left but neon lights. Reset, and questionable life advice. Oh, Reload and Reset. Hey, UK. Hey, Jaeger. Bad jokes, fast lives, probably getting canceled tonight. No breaks, no regrets, just reload and reset. Reload. 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 Raise your fist and shout it loud. Reset. Wake the neighbors with the crowd. One more drink and one more bet. This is Reload and Reset. Reload. Turn the madness way past 10. Reset. Do it all again and again. Oh, Reload and Reset. R and R.
Welcome to R&R. I'm UKReject.
And I'm Jaeger.
This is Reload and Reset. I want to do a special little shout out real quick. One of the probably the best human beings and actor out there right now passed away this week. Sam Neill, Jurassic Park, Peaky Blinders. Peaky fucking Blinders. Excellent actor, dude. Thoughts and prayers go out to their family and loved ones. Like, it sucks. We'll be missing him.
Does, man.
I
Yeah,
also made a bunch
absolutely.
of like special like little like Jurassic Park themed like coasters in
Oh, yeah.
commemoration for it. These things look freaking amazing.
Yeah, they're awesome. I've seen them.
I've seen them in real life.
I've seen 'em.
And
They're
then
real.
I
They're
made
real.
like a little fossil one too. Yeah, it sucks, man. As you get older, it seems like a lot of your childhood or your favorite actors just pass away. It was
Yeah.
sad to see like Ozzy Osbourne go too, but
Oh, dude, that crushed me last year, bro. It really
Yeah.
did.
But yeah, let's move on to the first topic. Enough of that mushy shit. uh, so the first topic we have is fast food. Should we keep it or should we get rid of it? My first topic is going to be McDonald's. As a kid, I loved McDonald's, and it was really cheap. You could get a Happy Meal for like $1.50 or $2 or whatever it was back then. Now it's like $9 for a freaking Happy Meal, and it's insane. And the toys got
Yeah.
cheaper and crappier as time went by too. I got a
They
freaking
did.
kite in one of my Happy Meals. A fucking kite. You can't get
Yeah,
kite.
that's insane.
You can't get kite anymore. You get like little Pokemon collectibles back then too, and
Yeah. Now they're like these little cardboard cutout things that turn into something if you shape it right.
yeah, and it's like
It's
cost
stupid,
them like
dude.
10 cents to make 100. Like why?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, but you're also talking about like a time too when people could pay with like a freaking check. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
You know, so times have changed.
No
to
one
say the least.
accepts check anymore.
Yeah, I had fuck, dude. Probably half the people listening don't even know what the hell a check is. You know.
Well, so like the question is like fast food places. Do we really should we really be paying McDonald's for the extra increase in cost over the quality? Like the food used to be good for the price. It's not good for the price now. I mean, you're
Right.
paying like restaurant prices for a freaking processed a burger patty that has the texture of shredded cardboard flavored with beef. Like it's crap. Why are
Yeah.
why are people still lining up to go to McDonald's? It's not good. It's not fast anymore. They'll fuck up your
Yeah.
order every single time. So
Yeah.
my question to you is, so we're gonna go through a few here, and we'll decide on whether we want to keep them, pros and cons. So McDonald's, like, I say we get rid of McDonald's, like boycott the shit out of it and get rid of McDonald's.
I don't see a pro to McDonald's, and that's gonna make so many people hate you because there's a lot of people out there that fucking want McDonald's for some weird fucking reason.
The fries are
And
garbage, dude. There's a
yeah,
video of a
well,
guy who left a burger in like a glass dish for a year, and he came back a year later and he recorded it. And the burger
and it
looked
still looked the same.
it looked exactly the same. He said,
Yeah,
"I
that's
feel like I could just microwave it right now and eat it." It's a year. Bread
He
doesn't
didn't do it,
last
did
a
he?
year. I don't know if he did. I can't remember.
Yeah,
I
this
think
isn't
he
an
might.
MRE, y'all. This is a meal from a fast food
Yeah, this is
restaurant. Like,
supposed to be really good for you, but
yeah, dude.
so
I'm gonna have to agree with that one, especially because like we won't even touch it. My kids say that it's poison. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Like
it,
they
and it
won't
probably
even.
is, dude.
Yeah, they'll pass by it and they just be like, it's well, you know, like with everything too. They're like, we'd gone through like 2024 and stuff. Like we had like a huge revamp to our diet, you know, for obvious reasons.
Mhm.
And that was just one of the many things that we had discovered, you know, while dealing with all that jazz. It's just full of shit. And the reason why you're hungry an hour later is because there's no real nutrients in it.
Yeah.
You know, you get better nutrients from Taco Bell. Back in the day, Taco Bell's like it was like grade D food. Like dog food was better than Taco Bell.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like so, and that's not a stab at Nave, by the way. I don't know if you're listening, Nave, but that's not a stab at you. I'm just saying.
So McDonald's fucking gone. We got rid of it. It's no longer existing.
Yep, nuke it.
One thing I will say though is Burger King. Burger King is probably on the exact opposite of the spectrum. I think Burger King is one of those rare like fast food joints that I would say is underrated. I feel like Burger King has good food. It's still pretty high in price, but it tastes more like what it's supposed to taste like and less
Yeah,
processed crap.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I would say keep Burger King personally.
I think with like for me, like we don't eat out much. That's not a thing. You know, I do, but I'm the only one in the family that does. You know what I'm saying?
Well, you gotta keep your wife happy, yeah.
You got to keep the wife happy, you know. But I think like with Burger King, like the one thing that I will say is that it's been consistent. It doesn't seem like it's really changed over the years, and if it has, it's made sense. You know what I mean? By way of like price increases and stuff like that. But like the flavor and everything else has stayed consistent as well. Like you can go to
Yeah.
pretty much any Burger King and it's going to taste the same wherever
Yeah.
you go.
And
for the
and
most
they're
part.
less likely to fuck up your order too.
Yeah, yeah,
Less
I don't know,
less
man. You
likely.
take a vehicle full of kids, man. Like there's always that chance, you know.
Yeah.
It increases like
Well, when you
with
got
every order.
a soccer team in the back seat of your car, I mean,
Mhm.
I'm sure, yeah,
Yeah.
sure it's possible.
Yeah,
So
100%.
I think we're gonna keep Burger King. Taco Bell, Taco Bell isn't bad, um,
It's not
but
good either, though.
it also has the taco hell like crap there, where like you eat it a couple minutes later, you got bubble guts, and you're regretting decisions. But
Yeah.
I would say for the price, it's not too bad.
Yeah, well, you never gamble on a Taco Bell fart. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah,
So
never.
there's a reason.
Especially if there's Diablo sauce in there.
Yeah, I do like their Diablo sauce. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie, but like it's very rare even then. Like, but well, I'm dogging it or whatever, right? But like in like a pinch, like if like when the girls are in
Pun
full swing with their
intended.
soccer,
Pun
yeah,
intended.
yeah,
Pinch.
yeah. When the girls are like doing like in full swing with their soccer and all their extracurricular activities and stuff. Sometimes we have to swing by somewhere, just because we don't have time,
Yeah.
you know. And so, to be fair to all these fast food joints, like we use them like how they were meant to be used. Like originally they were meant for like people traveling and shit like that. It wasn't really meant for like everyday thing,
Yeah,
you
eat in
know?
your car in a fast moment so you could hurry up and
Yeah,
get some food in your stomach, and that's about all it
yeah,
was.
yeah, exactly, dude. Like, I mean, that, and especially too, like you were talking back in the day, it used to be like affordable. Like you could feed like a whole family for like $20.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
talk about like a 5 or 6 count family like myself, for like $20.
yeah.
You can't do that shit no more.
Yeah,
You know?
you gotta like some of these fast food places now, it's like going out to a restaurant. You may as well just go and sit down and eat some really good food.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I would agree though. Like Taco Bell, I would keep it, but it's mostly because it's
It's
I love my
convenient
420
and
friends
it's
out there. You know what I
semi-good,
mean?
Yeah. I
That's
remember
my biggest concern with them is they're gonna stop at every Taco Bell on the way home.
yeah. I remember too, like, there was, like, certain times where, like, I would get drunk. We'd go to, Taco Bell, and they had, like, a
Yeah,
special at the time. I think it was, like, 99 tacos for, like, $120 or something stupid like that.
yeah.
And we fucking ate a lot of those, but boy, did I regret it. Tacos are not good coming back up. That's
No,
for
they are
damn
not.
sure.
No,
And
they are
then
not.
the next one is it's not really fast food per se, but they kind of pride themselves on speed. I would say Little Caesars. So
Oh,
Little Caesars started out with the $5 pizzas. They're
yeah,
now freaking like $12, $15 a pizza. So they're up there with like Pizza Hut and Domino's now. Um,
yeah,
so like honestly, I would say get rid of Little Caesars. The price difference, the increase, the only thing they were good for was the hot and ready crap, where like you could swing by, grab 2 or 3 pizzas, and you'd be out of there in like seconds, and $5 a pizza. So you're out there with $15 worth of pizza, and you're feeding your whole damn family.
yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, like here you can get like I think like last time that we had done it, we got like five pizzas or something like that. I can eat at least one by myself. I don't
Mm,
look it, but I'm a fatty at heart.
yeah, I'm a fatty
And
outside and
and
inside.
but I think we spent like $50 or something like that. And they weren't like anything special. There was like no specialty pizzas or anything. It was just like cheese and pepperoni or whatever. But
Mm.
but still, that's not terrible, especially since I got little ones. Like, so they normally have that for like another day or two they can snack on, you know? And also to be fair as well, we normally just get like the thin crust shit because, you know, it's cheaper. So
Yeah.
we usually get the thin crust stuff.
I actually kind of really like the thin crust, honestly. It has like a different texture, and half the time I've gone to Little Caesars is like the bread just felt like it was uncooked. Like nobody wants to eat raw dough. Um,
Yeah. Yeah, but I also don't want burnt cheese, you
yeah,
know?
exactly. Yeah. S-
Teach your chefs.
So I mean, I think get rid of it unless it's a price thing for me. That's really all it is because the food is pretty decent. But for the price hike, dude, nothing changed. But now they're up there with the same price of like Pizza Hut. Like honestly, I would eat Pizza Hut before I eat Little Caesars. But even Pizza Hut is like ridiculously expensive. Like you're talking like almost $30 for a freaking pizza.
Yeah. Well, like one time, man, we just for funsies, we went and just made a pizza, and then
Mm,
we based and averaged it out because I like numbers. I'm a numbers guy, and we went and averaged out how much it
69.
would cost for us to have make that one pizza.
Mm,
And it wasn't even $3, dude. I was like, holy shit, man. Like, and granted, you know, like again, we're talking about like convenience really, which kind of ties into our last episode when
Yeah,
you think
quit
about it.
doing that.
Um, but sorry, man. Quit giving me good topics for it. But you know, like when we did that, I was just kind of like taken back by it. I was like, holy shit, man, you know, spent $3. Like you can't even go get a slice at like most like food courts and shit of pizza for $3. You know what I mean? A slice, dude. And I can come over here and make a fucking 16-inch fucking pizza for not even $3. That's fucking crazy. You
Yeah.
know? And that's not counting like the shit from the garden and stuff. Like if I didn't, if we had like the garden in full swing, then it probably would have been way less than that. It pretty much would have just been the cheese and the flour. Because I don't grow wheat out here. Fuck that. That's too much. That's too much fucking.
You got to
work,
be
dude.
really careful too nowadays too, because like a lot of the cheese you eat isn't really like real cheese even. Like you got to be really careful. Some of that
Yeah. Well,
shit
and you
is
gotta
too
like
processed.
one of the things too. Yeah, exactly. One of the things too is like they have like you ever got like the shredded cheese for example and seen like this like almost like white powdery substance
Mm.
like that. It's not anthrax. Everyone relax. It's just but it's might as well be because it's just about as unhealthy for you. Like it's
Yeah,
really
it's
fucking bad.
it's preserve the cheese, but it's not good for
Yeah,
your digestion. But
not at all,
it's
dude.
like when you leave cheese out and you see it sweat. Yeah, it like it looks rubbery and it's got sweat. Like if it's got the sweat, don't eat that shit. It ain't real cheese. I'm telling you
Don't
right
need
now.
it ain't real,
It
baby.
ain't
It ain't
real
real.
cheese. Cheese gets harder the drier it gets. Cheese
Yeah,
dries out.
it doesn't sweat.
But I mean, so
True,
like,
man.
so what fast food place would you say right now is probably the best we got? And you know, we
I don't know, man. I have like a hard time with that really because like there's so many different factors to it. And normally, like when I was out in the field working all the time, for example, you know, not field on the civilian side, not the military side, and working all the time, I'd have to swing by fast food joints pretty regularly because I'd be jumping between client meetings or you know whatever, bids, shit like that, or just site visits and stuff to see my officers. And so I would normally almost always go to that. You ever been to a Wendy's?
oh yeah. What is this
I'd
pretty
almost
good?
always go there. And it
Yeah,
was always just for breakfast time because you know, like I don't normally eat lunch. You know, it's not really my thing. Um,
I'm the opposite. I don't
and
eat breakfast.
yeah, that's how my wife is. She does not like she will, but it usually like makes her nauseous, man. Like
Oh
she's
yeah,
got I don't know.
same way. I can't eat that
Oh
early.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is for her. You know, and I'm just kind of like, well, I'm not going to eat anything for lunch, and I know that, so I just eat breakfast
That's why like
and
protein
you know
shakes are a
and dinner.
godsend in the morning because like I don't
Yeah,
want to eat because if I eat, I'm gonna start feeling nauseous and it's gonna probably ruin most of my day. I'll drink a
yeah.
protein shake and I don't get my breakfast.
So the protein shake doesn't make you nauseous as well?
It doesn't, oddly enough.
Huh. Wonder what the difference is there.
I don't
Because
know.
it made her nauseous. You know,
Maybe it's
she's
just
like, nope,
the stomach
water only.
digesting. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Well, it's definitely easier because it's not having to break really anything down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it still does to a degree, but you know. But yeah, I would say that's probably like that would be like the one that I would hit up, I guess, most regularly when I
So
was out in the
Wendy's,
field.
yeah. I
Yeah,
would say like for me, I mean, I'm sure like Whataburger is probably going to be like a big one, but if you don't have Whataburger, like I would say like for me, like In and Out, I think one, they stick to what they know. They only serve burgers, fries, and drinks, and milkshake. Like you can't
yeah,
fuck it up. It's so super simple, and they'll have 50 cars in their drive-through, and they'll get through them in like 20 minutes. So it's like I would say I would keep like In and Out. In and Out's one of those ones like it's not overpriced. It's still pretty good food, and you can actually tell that it is almost a real burger. Probably not
yeah.
100%, but it's pretty fucking close.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Whereas,
for me, man, like it really at the end of the day, like if I had to like take my family and stuff with me, it's just not worth it at that point. It
yeah,
really because I like if I went to like Wendy's, for example, to eat like actually eat for just myself, it would probably be 20 something bucks. You
hmm,
know what I mean? And if I take my family with me, we're looking at like easily pushing 70, 80 bucks. And if you do
yeah,
that 3 times, that's more than enough to, like to feed my family multiple meals for
yeah,
a couple of weeks.
yeah. You're
You know
not
what I mean?
wrong. But
Yeah.
even like
So
price of groceries is ridiculously high right now. Like you remember when
it is.
bread used to be like 50 cents, and now
Yeah.
it's like fucking $4 for
Yeah,
a
that's why I'm making my own,
slice
bro.
of bread.
Yeah, that's why I make my own, and it's not like
It's not
as
even real
perfect
bread,
as someone
dude.
else's. Yeah, it's not. It's not. You're right, dude. It's not. And it's wild too. And like I partially started doing it for like the science aspect, the whole chemistry aspect of it for my kids.
Mm.
Is why we started making our own. But then they just fell in love with it, because we can add whatever we want to it. We want to add some garlic or whatever, we can,
We got
and
Breaking Bad
we
over
will.
here.
Yeah. We're over here. Yeah, it's kind of like Breaking
Yeah,
Bad,
I'm
sort
gonna
of different white
bake
stuff.
my yeast.
But that actually kind of segues into my topic. If you're done with topic one there,
Yeah.
with skills that everyone should have, and I mean like for life in general, like one of the things that I didn't go to public schools, but one of the things that I know was a thing in public schools because of my wife and friends and coworkers, etc. They had like home ec classes. They teach you how to cook. They teach you how to budget, and even do your taxes, shit like that.
Mm.
Like basic home maintenance shit. I think that one of the most important things that a lot of people can't do right now, honestly, is reading a fucking map. That blows my mind that people can't like understand that. I'm just like, I understand that like what we went through the military, we had that course, I get it. But I knew how to do that shit before I ever even went to the military because of where I grew up. Like you had to be
Yeah.
able to read the map to be able to know where you were at on our land.
Well, it's not really like where you grew up too. It's like more like when you grew up.
Yeah.
Because like in the UK, like we didn't. When I was a kid, like we didn't have GPSs and stuff, and if we did, they were pretty expensive. I mean, I think they still
dude.
pretty much are.
Yeah,
But
that's a total side note. I found out yesterday that you guys actually use miles over there, and I didn't realize that. I had no idea that you guys used miles over there because y'all using the metric system for pretty much everything else.
Well,
that blew my mind.
So we get a lot of flack for using like the metric system, but it is more accurate.
Oh, way more accurate. That's why I just thought you guys did kilometers.
No, yeah, we don't use kilometers, oddly enough.
Yeah,
but at the same time,
everything else is
we'll use meters, whereas the only people in America that use meters is military.
Yeah. Well, because it's the most fucking accurate. Can you imagine like trying to do a fucking? Well, you couldn't even do a 13-digit grid if you were trying to do a fire mission. You know what I mean? Like it wouldn't be possible. But that's kind of what I mean. Like with skills that everyone should have for life, like cooking, budgeting. I personally think first aid, CPR, shit like that should be another thing too. Because with my youngest, for example, like I've had to perform CPR and a Heimlich maneuver on this fucking kid, all before she was 1. I'm pretty sure.
It's because she's a tank.
And yeah, now she's a fucking tank, dude. Like you ought to see, like I'll send a picture to you in the Discord later, but you ought to see like the height differences and stuff between her and both of her sisters. She's like 4 or 5 inches taller, and she's like way stockier. That kid though, like for those of y'all that don't know, that kid will go out there and lift a 50-pound bag of dog food just because she sees me out there working in the garage.
Like I got this, daddy.
Yeah, pick it up. It's bigger than her. It's heavier than her, almost.
Just wait.
She might actually be over 50.
Just wait till her balls drop.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that she might be a man, but
I've got
she's
this,
already
dad.
like, and she's fiery, man. She's so fiery. That's why that's my kid right there, man. I'm telling you, there's no denying that one. That kid's got the fucking chaos gremlin hard inside of her.
and she likes zombies too. So
yeah,
she's
she
definitely
zombies,
a kid after her own daddy's heart.
Yeah,
I don't know which daddy,
sure.
but it's one of them.
Yeah,
one of us.
I guess that's why I wanted to bring this one up in particular, and why I say it kind of relates with it. Because in my mind, like cooking and budgeting and all that jazz, fast food is irrelevant if you know how to do those two things.
Yeah.
With the exception, like that's the thing. It's supposed to be the exception, and it's not for like probably 90% of Americans. And I don't feel like I'm overestimating that either. I might be underestimating it. But like how often people go out. Like I know one guy, man. I was doing his budget just kind of like as a personal favor, and for a single dude by himself in 2 weeks, spent $750 on just eating out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bruh, like you're a single dude, you got no other responsibility, no kids, nothing.
Who the fuck was he feeding?
And yeah, dude, and he works, fucking 40 hours a week, and he might get some OT. So we'll say 56 for the sake of argument, but just 168 years or fucking 168 hours in a week, and there
isn't anybody who makes enough money to eat out that much. I don't care who you are.
Yeah, and he's like, I don't have money to do X, Y, Z, and I'm just kind of like, oh well, let's look and see what you got. You know what I mean? And then I showed him how to budget after that because I was like, bro, your shit is fucked. Like there is no you eat out more than I spend for my entire family for a month in groceries. Like,
well, let's say
nuts.
like this isn't a possibility at all because nowadays it just doesn't exist. But let's say you eat $5 for lunch every day while you're at work. So for 5 days, that's $25 a week. That's
Mhm.
freaking $100 a month times 12. That's $1,200 in a year. You
Yeah.
just spent just eating $5 lunches, and
Yeah.
we
And
know
we
for
ain't
a
we ain't even
fact.
talking about you going to your fucking Starbies either. You know, like
Mhm.
we're just
Or
talking
your
about your lunch,
Monster
dude.
Energy drinks, which
Yeah.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say
Hey, man,
anything about
I'm
it,
not gonna say nothing about that
but
stuff. You know.
this is a necessity. um, but at the same time, like you can buy a loaf of bread, peanut butter, and jelly. You got lunch for probably 2
Probably a
weeks.
good week at
I mean, you're
least. You know,
probably not
depending
gonna
on how
eat the
much you
bread.
eat.
Probably isn't gonna last 2 weeks. Let's be honest, but
Yeah.
I mean, still, there's food there for 2 weeks. Um,
Yeah.
that just saved you a fuck ton of money.
Yeah. You're welcome.
But yeah,
Yeah.
like the necessity of like certain things in school. Like I remember when I was a kid, we did wood shop. But I will say though, in America versus the UK, it is slightly different. I know in the UK, the real only courses they offer to like students is wood shop and carpentry, machining, and then like a general like a home ec class. It's kind of like just like sewing really and cooking. Um, but they don't really offer stuff like in the US. You have a lot more options. Like you have you have like shop class, you have woodworking, you've got home ec, you've got driver's ed and stuff like that. And driver's ed
Yeah.
usually touches a few topics too, like the basics of like changing oil and tires and stuff, which nobody
Yeah.
ever remembers unless you're a guy.
But, well, you know, I mean, that is what it is. You know, like when me and my wife met and stuff, shortly after we started living together, I guess it was really, um, she had started asking me like how to utilize different, like just different tools, different power tools, how she, you know, like how to put a fucking drill bit in, for example,
Yeah.
you know, shit like that, just because she wanted to be able to do it herself, you know, because she was tired of like, I guess,
Put a drill bit
I,
in, dude. I'm still stuck on that.
dude. Yeah, dude. She had no idea. Now, like, she still doesn't do it the way I showed her. She's like one of those people that like cranks it down instead of just uses the fucking trigger to do it. But
I tried
no,
staying quiet as long as I could, but
yeah, man. But I mean, like, but because she wanted to be able to do home maintenance, she's asked like to learn how to like read a map. I showed her how to do that just on a basic fucking atlas. By the way, there's nothing complicated, no protractor, none of that shit. You know,
yeah.
it was just how to fucking read a map, like how to understand it, and et cetera, et cetera. You know, but home maintenance, that stuff, changing tires, changing brakes, changing oil, she already knew how to do from her dad. But that was
Mhm.
pretty much the only thing he showed her, and it might have been just one of those things like little fucking 7 or 8 year old Caitlin come rolling out, you know, and was watching her daddy do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, but she, you know, if it wasn't for like her work as a vet tech, she wouldn't even understand like basic first aid because it's not taught anywhere. You know what I mean? Like outside of the military and stuff, you know, or obviously if you're like a first responder. But like outside of that, dude, like very few professions require that you have CPR and first aid. You know, like I think like daycares and shit like that. I think they're required to have that for obvious reasons, but they don't know how to job interview. They don't know how to communicate or do any conflict resolution or verbal jujitsu, as I like to call it.
Mhm.
Um, most people can't even fucking defend themselves like at all. And then you got jackasses out here like, you know, like my son, for example, this motherfucker won a kukri, you know, one of them badass little fucking like boomerang looking
The
like
knives, yeah.
knives.
Yeah,
You
they're
know,
pretty
I don't know,
sweet.
it's like a small fucking sword if you ask me. They're sick, dude. But like I was trying to explain to him, I was like, I'm not gonna get you one of those things because you don't know how to use it. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And if you're running around with that for self defense, if you're utilizing something for self defense that you don't know in and out how to use, you you're you're not going to do anything but give your opponent a weapon.
Yeah,
You know, they don't know how to spot scams.
that's like buying a
And
gun and you can't fucking take it apart to clean it, or you can't hold it properly, or you can't
yeah,
even
you don't even
load
know
the
how to
damn
turn the
thing.
safety off. You
Yeah.
bought a weapon. Like, you know, there was this girl when we lived in townhomes during the pandemic that lived next door, and she was, you know, super paranoid, just like everybody was. Also, side note, I was pissed off that toilet paper became the currency and not fucking bottle caps.
Dude,
Fuck you,
me
Fallout.
too.
Like, I threw away all my bottle caps.
I had so many saved up. No, I'm just kidding, but
I'm not.
I didn't have any
But I
bottle
was just like,
caps, but
but she was like, you know, I need to do something because she was a single mom, had I think 2 kids, if I remember right.
mm,
And I was like literally like the only dude in this like section of townhomes, like period. Like there was just a bunch of single moms and shit, you know. And And so like I would be over at like her place a lot with my wife because they got real close because she was our neighbor, and their kids were about the same age. But she was like, I really need to get something, and I was like, look, man, like since you have no experience, I'm gonna suggest a hammerless like revolver because they never fail. If you run out of bullets, you probably will too, because you're not going to go to the range. You can at least club somebody with it,
Mhm.
and you can keep that shit in your purse without having to worry about it going off because it's hammerless.
Yep.
So, so, and but like I remember her being like panicked about that shit, and there's so many different things that like I had to like walk that individual through, and so many other like neighbors and stuff throughout my life, like even in the service, like even in the military, where it's just like you don't know how to do, XYZ. Like, how do you not know how do you not know how to do this? So I don't, for me, I think I have a plethora of things that I think are skills that everyone should have. But I was curious to see what you thought the biggest one, or maybe two or three, would be for you.
Honestly, I would like to see some like defense classes in the school system, probably like in high school. And
Mhm.
it sounds kind of like the opposite of what like America really wants right now, but I would say some kind of like firearm training too in high school. And it doesn't have to be with a live gun, but I mean, I would suggest at least a freaking like a airsoft gun that's like really accurate to like actually functioning a gun. Um,
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, when you leave high school, you're an adult. I moved out at 17, joined the military. So I mean, I had my own house at 17 years old.
yeah,
I should be able to defend my property and I should know. And no one in the high school gets you ready for like home defense or personal protection.
right.
Um, so I would say like disassembling a weapon, how to shoot your average gun, and then how to secure your home. I should all be rolled into one class.
That's a good one.
As well as like general maintenance of a house too. Like nobody teaches you the how simple it is to fix some of the shit around the house. Like me and you have
Yeah.
gone on the phone before with freaking outlets because we're both
Oh,
terrified
dude.
of
Yeah.
freaking
Yeah.
electricity. I've been electrocuted more times than I like to admit. It still scares the shit out of me knowing that I'm probably gonna get it again.
Yeah.
But messing with an outlet, dude, is super sketchy. I'll sit there the whole time, and I could do it. If I could do it, like no problem. Like I have no issues taking apart an outlet. It's just the fact
Yeah.
that I know I might get electrocuted. I'll sit there
Dude,
and
like
I'll
when we were doing that shit, the same thing kept running through my mind. I had a first sergeant told me
operation.
one time, yeah, Operation Enduring Clusterfuck.
Yeah.
No, this first sergeant that was, he said, he was trying to like give us a pep talk. You know how first sergeants are. And he's trying to give us a pep talk and shit about being brave, essentially, and he said that cowards die many times in their lives before they meet their end. And brave men only meet death once, and usually as a friend. And I was like, damn, dude, like I'm gonna think of that. I thought of that shit while we were messing with that outlet, bro. I
But
was like,
but so I hear what you're saying, but I think I kind of disagree with it. I would say a coward only dies once because they're chicken
yeah, I mean,
shit.
it would depend on the situation,
I'm the
obviously.
dumbass that's
You know,
brave enough to go into an outlet, whether it's on or off.
yeah, no fucking way am I doing that
I
shit, dude. I'll
might
turn
die
every
more than
breaker off in the
once.
house. I was like, that little trick well, I can't remember if that was you or if that was Caitlin's cousin, but someone told me a trick of like plugging in a vacuum cleaner to that outlet that I
Oh
was
yeah,
working
yeah,
on.
yeah,
I think that was you, right?
yeah.
And so I could hear it, from the garage because that's where the breaker box is.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, thank God, man, because like otherwise, I don't think I'd ever fucking worked up the nerve for it, dude. I'd be like, nope, I don't have that little fucking tingy thingy that tells you it's live or
Yeah.
not.
I don't have any of those special tools.
Yeah, I don't got that shit. I'm special, but I ain't got the tools.
Yeah. That's
But no, I like
sitting there
those.
with
I
my
think those are
tongue
good
out.
points. Yeah, yeah. I think those are good. I think those are good. Good topics there for them. Like good talking points for anyone who might be listening. Like there's so many different ways too that you can do all of those things that we're talking about. I mean, and courses and shit you can take. Hell, dude, like where I live out in Oklahoma, like there's a place you can take 90% of what we just talked about that's
Mhm.
like related to like self-defense or even communication and conflict resolution, shit like that you can go and take a course for fucking free. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And you just get an idea of how it works. There's plenty of places that'll do CPR, first aid, which in my opinion, especially if you're not a single person, and you have like children, even more so, you should know at least first aid, if not CPR and first aid.
And another thing too that kind of drives me crazy is that when people think guns, they think guys, right? I would say guns
Yeah.
are more useful for the more delicate gender, women. Like there's some of you out there that could probably take me in a fight, no problem. I'm not saying you're all delicate, There's some guys out there that are very delicate too.
Yep.
But I'm saying like the most common target is women. When you think when you think of like someone weak walking down the street, usually you think affair of sex, someone who's alone, who probably doesn't have the upper body strength to fend off an attacker, right? So
Yeah.
I would say like the firearm safety class in school and the home defense stuff should be aimed more towards females than it should be for guys. Also guys too though, because like I said, there is a lot of feminine guys out there. But for the most part, like guys, we play a lot of video games with guns in it. Whether I think it transfers or not. I mean, at least it teaches you like some stances and you can see visually how some of the guns are designed to function, right? And you know
Yeah.
about recoil. Not a lot of women are gamers as many as guys. I mean, a lot of you are probably gonna bite my head off for this one, but there's a lot. I know a few females who will rock some Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Coffins, Hula Brew. You guys are bad bitches.
Yeah.
But
Coffins. Shout out to Coffins.
shout out to Coffins. But yeah, there's a lot of you out there that don't play video games, and I would like to see something like that, like home defense, self protection, aimed at like females in school.
Yeah. No, I agree. I agree. With pretty much every point there, really. I mean, like even like with like my own daughters, for example, we teach self-defense here, which
Because she's a
some
freaking
people like
tank.
frown upon.
She's a
And yeah,
tank.
that one, man, she'll toss the 11-year-old, dude. That little 5-year-old, she'll toss the 11-year-old. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's not
But
about
like
it's not about strength. It's about leverage and
yeah, well,
momentum.
even like
Get some
there's a lot of things
momentum.
specifically I try to show them like Krav Maga specifically,
Mhm.
just because it's more like geared towards a lot of people don't realize this because they watch fucking movies or even playing video games or whatever. They think that like the fight's like what the equivalent is in like high school, right? Where they fucking tackle each other to the ground and they're rolling around and shit for 3 minutes before a teacher shows up and fucking breaks it up. That's not a fucking fight, dude.
No.
What we're talking about here is like a real no shit. This person's trying to hurt, maybe even kill you. And it happens in 20, maybe 30 seconds if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
But I give you 20 seconds tops, and that's only if the other guy doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
That's what I give you. If I'm going for you to like try to hurt you or worse, you're not making it to 20 seconds. I guarantee it.
And that's
You're not going to.
that's the difference too, is like someone who's just trying to steal your freaking purse or
Mhm.
your wallet or whatever doesn't physically mean you harm. Those are the easiest people to take down.
Yeah.
But someone who wants to kill you, that's probably the hardest fight you'll ever get into, because you have to pull out every trick in the book, thumbs in the eyes, claws fucking out, you know what I mean? Like kick him in the
Yeah.
groin, like do whatever you got to do, because at the end of the day, only one of you is walking away. There's no one going to be like, you fight like a girl, you kicked him in the balls. Like, no, I mean,
Right.
fucking win.
Right. But see, that's where you can't get like it's like a, I guess what some people would view as like what is that shit called? Toxic masculinity, right? A lot of people have said that like I'm one of those toxic males. And I don't think that I am personally, because I'm not sitting here saying like you should quit being a bitch. I'll say that to you when we're fucking around playing games, but I've never actually said it to someone and meant it. You know what I mean? It's always like shit talking or goofing off. But
Someone
like my
Someone said
kids,
they're
for
going to take
example,
your
do like
virginity.
yeah, yeah. most of the time when it comes to like my kids and stuff, like they've even like learned how to like take a punch, so to speak, not from me, but like with each other,
Mm.
and because it's like a really important piece. Honestly, you're gonna get hit, you're gonna get hurt. It's a fight, and it's a fight for your fucking life. So it's gonna happen. Period. And if you're an idiot running around with a kukri, thinking that
Yeah.
you know what you're doing with a kukri, you just gave me a weapon, bro. I don't know shit about kukri, but I know a lot about a fucking K-bar, and I can figure it out.
Yeah. Kukris are designed for chopping stuff off, not
Mhm.
really cutting. So I mean,
Right.
or
Yeah.
stabbing. So I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, as far as like a self-defense weapon, a kukri is probably the shittiest.
No, it
It's
just
good
looks
for like
cool.
a surprise swing, and that's
Yeah,
probably
that's
about it.
Unless we're talking about
Um,
zombies.
unless you're talking about zombies, man, you decapitate it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so talking about cutting, the next topic we'll talk about is like certain people in your life like will be like toxic or just not good for you mentally or physically to be around. Take for example like the military.
Mhm.
you'll be buddies with someone for a couple of years in the military, which in the military, a couple of years is a long, long time.
Yeah,
And that's like the long enough to form a brotherhood. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um, and I've had people in the military who I thought were like really close to me. Like I'd, drink with them a lot and we'd party a
mhm.
lot. And then when it comes time for them to get out of the military, they turn into a complete piece of shit. Stealing everybody's freaking CIF or whatever and turning it in
Yeah,
as their own. Um,
yeah,
but so my point is, certain people you should probably look out for those little like red flags and cut them out of your life before they do you some kind of like injustice. Um, some people just are just out for certain things, and you can kind of tell like the kind of people I'm talking about too is just they will use you. Like getting out of a toxic relationship. Don't stop thinking about it. Do it and get
yeah,
out of there. You'll be a lot happier in the long run. If you're already having issues and you're within like the first year of your relationship, it's probably time to leave.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. They're red flags for a reason, Like,
yeah.
but that being said, too, though, like, like, there's like a lot of like DV issues, where like it's even happened in like my wife's family, for example. I think we talked a little bit about that, but where I can't personally understand it, and I think I have a hard time with it because I've never been in this situation. That's what I think. You know what I mean? Like I don't fully grasp or understand what this one particular female and her family's going through, really. Like you see the bruises, you see the other shit, but they won't tell you that's what happened.
I
And it's just kind
mean,
of like,
maybe they're just, kind of kinking, don't yuck their yum.
hey man, like it's whatever. I ain't gonna knock no one's kinks. You know what I'm saying? But like, but there's a different, and I think that's where you kind of get like, for some people, especially like of like the Abrahamic religions, like, and one in particular that's been around for a while and waged wars in the name of their god, that they have like the sense of loyalty that they have to have because some book that some dude told them that they had to have, you know
Mm.
and that's where, like, for me, I think it's really like loyalty versus like self-respect, I guess,
Mm.
in a way, because like a good spouse, will say, because it's not just men doing this to women. It's the other way around a lot of times too, and maybe not even physically,
Yeah,
but
man. I spent
um
a really long weekend with Ronda Rousey. She's very aggressive. Um, and I had to get away, but I just couldn't.
yeah, no, I mean, I don't think I would, but it is what it is.
I kept
But I mean, like,
falling over numerous times.
yeah, I just mean like with the like a good significant other, a good spouse, is going to do whatever it takes, on their end, to try to
Mm.
keep you happy, to try to keep you healthy. You know what I mean? Like, just talk about like me and Caitlin and stuff, like where we're just kind of like, all right, her mental health hasn't been great, because her work has turned into like absolute shit. And there's people who are listening that I know are listening, they actually have worked with her before and know the same thing. They've
Mm.
left because of the same reasons. And then my wife's got this loyalty to this company, because she's been there for, fuck, I think we're going on 12 years, I think it is, in September. And a lot of shit's changed for her. I'm not gonna get into exactly who it is, but they're big. It's a big company. And
I will say though, I think like honestly, I think if you're clinging on to loyalty, and you're in one of those, whether it be a relationship with work person or like a physical like love relationship,
yeah,
loyalty, if it ain't shared both ways, it ain't loyalty. You're clinging
right,
onto a dead rabbit and hoping it's gonna come back to life. It ain't gonna
yeah,
come back to life. If you have no respect and no loyalty towards you, don't give it in return. Give
yeah.
what you
Storm
get.
that castle, storm
Yeah.
that castle, and get your freedom back.
Kick
Like,
in that
honestly,
back
it's,
door.
yeah.
I just
It's, I
wanted to
mean,
say back door.
I think, yeah, I bet you did. I think really, like, one of the biggest things too that I would help people, like, so like this one individual I'm talking about has left before, like went and got her own place, all of that jazz, right, from
Mhm.
Caitlin's family. And um she didn't walk away without like without any hate. And I think that's a big play there, because like it's almost like someone's living rent free inside of your fucking dome. If you
Mhm.
can't just be like, oh, you know what, this isn't working no more, I cut ties, I'm leaving, that's it. And so because of that, like, she had this constant like hatred towards, her spouse. And because of that, she ultimately like went back to him. Like, it sounds like a weird reason to go back to him, but it's because he's just living rent free in her fucking dome, you
Yeah.
know?
I
So
mean,
protecting your peace and walking away without hate, is a
yeah,
big deal.
I get it too. Because like we've all been in relationships before, and I think like sometimes like you are the one like clinging on to like this like feeling of like love or like satisfaction or whatever it is you're clinging on to. And when you leave, like for the first week, month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever, like it fucking hurts, dude. Like it
Yeah,
hurts so
yeah,
bad. But you're doing the right thing because they probably don't feel the same way and they're
yeah,
probably out doing whatever the fuck they want, not thinking about you.
yeah.
You should take care of you, do what you're gonna do, and do what's best for you. If you don't get mutual respect, if you putting in love and you're not getting love in return, get the fuck out. And it goes with friendships too. If you
Yeah.
if there's just someone and they just constantly using you for a freaking free monster every day or whatever it is, like they're not real friends. You need to be looking elsewhere.
Yeah, I mean, how many times have we done that just with our community, right, in the UK nation? How many times have we done that where we've just had to be like, all right, you know what, we're done with this shit. We're cutting ties, and we will and granted, it's a little bit easier for us, I think. We might have talked about this last week too, just because like the nature of the military, it's easier for us to cut people out.
Yeah.
A lot for me in the military were more acquaintances than friends. And that was by choice, right? Like I had the bubbles figured out, you know what I mean?
Mm.
So like they're like legit. I had one of my soldiers do that. One of my specialists actually was just like, like I was doing like my own little NCOER essentially with my guys, and he was like, honestly, I just feel like you go home and recharge. Like I don't feel like you're a person. I feel like you're a machine. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
compliment in a way, but also I was just kind of like, oh man, I need to kind of change shit up, especially once I got to the guard because those guys, most of them, fuck, dude, like most of those dudes like went to school together. You know what I mean? Or like they're like literally like I had one guy who was married to the first sergeant's fucking daughter, who was one of my soldiers. That was complex as fuck, by the way.
Mhm.
But like so I had to kind of change that. I had to like change those bubbles a little bit to where it was kind of going back for sure to the first episode where I said you got to flick that switch.
Yeah.
I kind of had to like go from like on off switches to like settings. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
It's
more or
really
less.
hard for military members to like grasp like emotional attachments.
Yeah,
But we already
yeah, it
talked about
really
that
is.
before. But I
Yeah.
mean, it's just really hard for a lot of people think that military people are really distant. But I think honestly it's just like we've let so many people go that it just becomes easier, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah, exactly.
relationships are a whole different animal, but as far as like friends and stuff, like it's so easy to be like, see ya.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's why I said they're more like acquaintances, I guess, than friends for the majority of them. Even like other E6s that I'd be working side by side with for years in the guard. Um,
Mhm.
and like when I got out or when they got out, we would still like hit each other up or whatever, just kind of check on each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's not like we're not like getting together and going having a cigar or having a beer somewhere or something like that. We don't do that. It's a little bit even more easy for me because like my unit is in a different state. The unit that I left was in a
Mhm.
different state. So it's even easier for me in that respect. But yeah, I think you're right, dude. I think because of like just the nature of the military, like we have like these like ways that we flux more or less when it comes to like dealing with people. And it becomes even an even bigger topic really when you think about like how much time you spend with these individuals versus like me and you, we're pretty much always talking in some way, shape, or form.
Mhm.
You know, um, we have a very like militaristic bond, like um, but it's also like on a more personal like friend, like we've met in person, we've hung out like you'd said before, like it's almost like you're just hanging out with an old friend. It felt like we were just
Yeah.
hanging out with like someone that we were in a unit with together. So I don't think that we're distant. I think it's easier for us to like let people go. And so like when, I don't respond to you, your DM, for example, in Discord, you'll just text my phone and be like, oh, my bad, dude.
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
what's
if
the
you don't
intention?
answer, I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna blow up every fucking source of communication I have with this guy
Yeah,
because
it didn't help
this
that I got
is
that
not
ADHD too,
acceptable.
Yeah, unacceptable.
But I mean, yeah,
Yeah,
if you're looking for a sign for you to get out, if you're already thinking about it, just go, man. You're wasting your damn time. Nothing's
yeah.
changing.
Yeah,
People are people.
there's somebody or some there's something out there that's way better for you than the situation that you're in, especially if it's getting like physical or like mental abuse, man.
Yeah.
Like and there's there's so many people. Like I had an officer that was locked in because like her fucking spouse, all the money went into his account. She didn't even have her own bank account,
Yeah.
and they get locked in. You know what I mean? Like they have no way to to leave.
I will say it took me a lot of relationships to get to where I am now, where like I finally feel like I'm like happy with a certain person.
Yeah.
And you know, like sometimes, man, it's just trial and error, and you just gotta one of those times you're gonna get it right, and you're gonna know that you got it right.
Yeah.
So just keep looking for it. You'll find it. I mean, if I can, you can. You know, I mean,
yeah, just gotta figure out, gotta find your way to cut ties, you know. And you'll find it, you know. But
well, some people also pay people in Vietnam, isn't that right, Echo? So to marry them and pretend to be happy. So I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. Sometimes it's cost money, but
Jesus, yeah, yeah. Well, speaking of like cutting things off, um, I know that we just transitioned from our second topic to cutting things off, but I feel like it's kind of fitting for topic 4 for me anyway. This like the biggest ripoffs that people still subscribe to, still buy, whatever you want to say. Like I'm talking like microtransactions, subscription services, all that shit. Luxury brands, bottled water, which is the biggest fucking joke ever. If you drink bottled water and you think you're being healthier because you're doing it, it's a joke. Microplastics are a thing. They're everywhere, and you're literally drinking that shit.
not to mention the pH balance isn't really that good either.
It's not, dude. But I mean, yeah, but that being said, if I'm gonna attack them, I'll attack myself. Gaming products too. You know what I mean? Like different games, et cetera, et cetera. Like even people like go in the movie theaters, like we did the other day for that new live action Moana thing. You know, we took the kids out there. Movie theater snacks. I feel like that's a part of the experience. You know, but it is what it is, you know?
Yeah, I mean,
things like that.
AsianHousewife.com.
Oh my. Let me click on that.
Oh my. Why is there a picture of Echo on the front cover?
Delete my browser history.
If I die, delete my browser history.
That's all I got to my will, UK. It's the one thing I need you to do.
But yeah, I agree. Like, think about like Netflix when it first came out. Like, there was no ads. There was no like. There was like one subscription, and you could get a DVD sent to your door.
And it was like $5 a month or some shit, wasn't it?
Yeah, and now I think it's like $13, $14, maybe $15. And if you don't pay for it, you're getting ads out the ass. Same with Amazon Video and all these other ones. You're getting ads.
Yeah.
And it's like every 10 minutes there's a freaking ad, and it's like 3 minutes worth of ads. So you're watching a 45-minute show, you got freaking 4 sets of ads.
I didn't even realize that they had a free Netflix, to be honest with you, because like we get it with our phone plans, you know. And then we get like what's that one that Game of Thrones is on? Shit.
Redbox.
HBO. We get HBO. We get HBO for free too, because we have, you know, the internet that we have. You know, like that's how we do it. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying like get rid of that shit, but if it's costing you money, bro, especially if you don't know how to do talking point 2, you know, from doing budgeting and shit, you should get rid of that shit, dude. Like it's not worth it for you. You need to be out doing something better with yourself anyway. In my opinion, you know.
I will say though, the streaming services really killed a lot of stuff for me. Like, I think like coming back home with a pizza that you got to throw in the oven and a DVD you picked up for movie night, like those were special moments. You know what I mean? Like those are cool memories. Like Blockbuster, dude. I wish it was still around. I wish it was still around. But like you think about it, man, there was nothing better than your dad or a mom coming home with a DVD of a movie you haven't seen yet, and a pizza night. You know what I mean? Like it was amazing. And now it's just let's DoorDash a pizza and put on a movie. Like it doesn't have the same feel. It doesn't.
Not the same. What's that word? Vibe, maybe. I triggered UK. There's another one.
This motherfucker. I'm kicking him off the podcast.
It's just now gonna be reload.
It's just gonna be reload now. It's just gonna be a picture of me going.
You know, I didn't have those experiences like with my family, because like the way that we live, like we only had the generator like when it came to electricity, and that was like if the weather was real shit, or whatever. But but I started those, with my wife, who did have stuff, somewhat experiences like that, where they had game nights, family game nights and shit like
Mm.
that. And I was like, hey, let's do like family movie night, and we'll make a pizza from scratch, and then we'll watch some kids movie, whatever, some family movie, but I think like a lot of it nowadays too is funny, because like an example I will use, like Apple products for a good, in my opinion, is a great example, like specifically like with like the MacBooks and shit like that. There's really not anything that makes it worth paying the other $400 or $500 to get it, versus like going and getting a Chromebook. You know what I mean?
I'm
For
gonna be
like,
honest with you. I don't give a fuck about any book.
no,
Chromebook,
I
MacBook.
just mean
No, I
like
don't
in
give a
general,
fuck.
like people will spend extra money. Like same with fucking motorcycles, dude. People go buy Harley Davidson. That Harley Davidson ain't no better than some other fucking brands, dude. Like at all,
Yeah.
you know.
So
Oh,
I'm
but
a,
it's American, you know. Oh, is it really? Because the parts came from here, here, and here, not
mm,
America. Maybe
yeah.
it was assembled
Well,
here,
it's like
you know.
my freaking all American muscle car, the Dodge Challenger. It's not made in America. It's made in fucking Canada.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
yeah,
not
exactly.
China,
So
but it's still not
yeah,
America.
yeah. Hey man, I love the red, white, and blue, and I love that they have the sticker on it. But it's it should say assembled.
I
It
love maple
should
syrup. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not really a syrup person. I'm one of them weirdos that puts like peanut butter on my pancakes, but
I put peanut
but
butter and syrup.
oh god, it's too sweet. It's too
No,
fucking
dude.
sweet. I couldn't
It
do it,
gives
bro.
you like this jolt of energy that lasts 30 minutes.
Yeah, and then you crash like hard.
So good,
You're
though.
like, I'm done for the
So
day.
good. And I don't, and
Bro, it's 11 o'clock.
I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I actually don't really like pancakes. I'm a waffle guy.
I like them both personally. I think it just depends on my mood,
I
really.
don't give a fuck about cake. Sweet cake. Like,
Yeah. Who came up with that shit
waffles,
anyway? Like, no,
crispy.
you can't have birthday cake for breakfast. You're gonna have fried cake with syrup. And you're gonna like it.
Yeah, we're gonna call it pancake.
Pancakes or flapjacks.
Flapjacks. Flapjacks.
Yeah, that's
something completely different in the UK, by the way, but that's different. But yeah, I mean, like, look at Apple. It feels like for a while it was every 2 years they came out with a new phone. Then it was a year, and I feel like now it's every 6 months. Like Abyss bought a freaking Apple phone, and it feels like 3 to 4 months later they came out with another version of it. I was like, didn't
yeah,
this one just fucking come out? And
yeah,
then as the phones, as they start adding new models, the old ones start getting neglected and they stop getting updates. Like,
yeah,
why? And I'm gonna
yeah.
tell
It's
you
like
right
I paid
now,
for this
if you're
shit.
buying Apple anyway, you're kind of a dumbass.
No, well, Abyss,
Because
he didn't mean it. He didn't mean it, Abyss.
because Android can be updated. You can root your phone. You can do all this extra shit. You don't need Apple's permission to put music on your phone. You just
Yeah.
fucking do it. Um,
Yeah.
and then like the camera, everyone says, oh, but they have an amazing camera. Like this is brand new phone, which is the iPod 107 or something like that. I think whatever the orange one is that everyone wanted, I have that. She has that one. So like everyone's like, oh yeah, the camera's so good. It's it's like 12 megapixels. My phone is 20 megapixels, 8 megapixels more, which I don't know the difference, but it's 20 megapixels.
Yeah.
iPhone sucks.
It is what it is, man. It is what it is.
Bill Gates
But
wants population control. All
no,
you conspiracy theorists out there.
I was gonna say, man, that's one of them tinfoil hat things, bro.
Well, I
You gotta watch
I
out
don't
for
really
that.
care about Bill Gates. He doesn't have that much power, but I'm just saying, if he wants to buy out the podcast, he's more than welcome to, and then we'll come out with reset and reload.
Switch it up, baby.
And we ain't going nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I mean, that's just kind of where I'm at, because I just feel like there's so many ripoffs that people are still buying into somehow, whether they're being scammed into it or whatever.
Well, so like, how
Um,
many times have you like tried to use an app or something, and then it asks you to like subscribe, and then it
Yeah.
says, "Hey, this is a 7-day free trial," and
Yeah.
then it's ridiculously fucking hard to cancel the free trial.
Yeah, like they're doing it, like they do that like intentionally.
Like
you
this shit
know?
happened to me, and it was like some kind of like video editing software or something, and I downloaded it
Mhm.
because I needed it, and honestly I didn't like it. And it was I think it was like $39.99 or something a month, and I was like, well,
Jesus.
I'll just use it once. And as soon as I paid for the version, and I got in there, and it didn't do exactly what it was advertised to do, and
Yeah.
so I couldn't end up using it. So after that, same day, like 10 minutes later, I'm looking for a way to cancel that subscription, and I couldn't do it. I got billed for it, got pissed
Oh
off,
shit.
canceled that shit off my debit card and blocked it. And I was like, what the fuck is this shit?
Never actually canceled from there.
Yeah, like
That's
this shit
great,
pissed me off.
dude.
But I'm also the same fucking guy that will buy a Nitrado Arc or 7 Days to get the die server, and I'll never fucking cancel it.
Yeah, but I mean, I think we had that conversation the last time that we did that, or maybe the time before. But I mean, like, just think about like the amount that you're spending on it. You know, we'll just say $15 for the sake of argument.
Yeah.
You're spending $15 for a month of like a server with people and friends that are able to jump in there and play and hang out and goof off and do stupid chaotic shit. You know, maybe. And
Yeah.
as opposed to like going to the movies, like I had mentioned, you know, you go and spend $20 just to go get into the movies by yourself. you
One
know?
person,
and it's just
no food.
yeah, no food, no drink. You're just going to watch fucking Moana live action, you know, like with nothing for $20, and that's 1.5, maybe 2 hours tops that you're getting out of something, you know. And you get that. I mean, yeah, you're getting entertained. You know, you're paying for that. I understand that. Plus, you got the entertainment taxes, which I don't want to get into because I mean, this country was founded on people who said fuck this after they gave you tea taxes, and now we're taxed on literally everything, you know.
Are you
But,
making some kind of joke?
Oh no, I'm not.
Tea
It was
taxes?
just yeah, fucking tea taxes.
What does that sound like, my people?
Yeah, I'm not saying anyone in specific, you know, here. But there was
Abyss will
the same
remind
colors
me
on their flag.
Abyss will remind me constantly that if I don't stay in line, that she's gonna pour some tea in a river, and I don't get the reference at all. All I know is it has something to do with Boston, some tea, and she keeps threatening to put my tea in the river. I don't get it, but she
Yeah,
keeps
you don't
threatening
even
me.
like tea, so I'd be like, go ahead, do it.
Don't do the coffee though. I'll kill you.
Yeah, I'll kill you for the coffee. Shit.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say this
Well-
too. I'm gonna say this. You Americans, I'm gonna say us Americans, because now I am also American. I'm gonna say right now that you guys, us, all of us, me as well, are kind of fucking retarded, because you guys fought the. I'm not gonna say we because I can't fight the British. You guys fought the British over a 0.5% tax
Uh-huh.
on fucking imports.
Yeah.
You look at your have you looked at your wages lately? Like, have you looked at your paycheck? See how much you're getting taxed? It's like 30,
Oh, we're
40
not talking
fucking
about
percent.
that.
And you guys are just taking it? Should have let the British stay here.
Just fucking taking it, man. Just fucking taking it. Yeah, man. I don't. That's. I mean, I can kind of agree though, because like I've had that conversation many a times, you know, and try to explain like how that works for like, you know, my kids, right, homeschooling and stuff. Try to explain like why that dollar actually isn't a dollar; it's more like 50 cents, and trying to elaborate
It's
on
less
that,
than
you know?
that, bro.
And yeah, I'm just trying to make it easy because they're they're little. But
We had a saying in the military. Remember, it was they pay me $100, they take back 99.
yeah, dude. Fucking that cadence, bro. Shit. But yeah, like trying to explain that to them and stuff, and like how they get taxed like time and 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 time again.
Mhm.
And they were just like, wow, why do I have to keep paying taxes on these things? It's like, yeah, now you know why I'm telling you this, you know, like, because I really don't have an answer for you, you know. And somebody's probably going to pop in and be like, well, here's the reason why, you know, blah 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 blah. It's like, that's fine. You got brainwashed to believe that. You were raised to believe that. It's fine. I get it. I have nothing against you for that at all. It's not your fault. Public schools made you stupid and your diet kept you weak. It's your fault.
And
But everything else,
and another thing too is like half of your money going on taxes and stuff. Like, if you look at it, the breakdown, it's to help other people. Bitch, I'm
Right.
struggling. Where's my
Yeah.
extra money? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
it's going
Yeah.
to help people on food stamps. Okay, I'm not soaking up the government funding for food stamps. So, and I'm doing this because I don't want to feel like I have to rely on the government for help. Why am I paying for other people to do that?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm living
No,
by
I-
a standard, but I'm
I
paying
get
for
it.
other people.
Yeah, and like that's one of the things too. Like I can even understand like the Social Security stuff. Like I get that because you're like kind of paying into like your own little like 401k/retirement there.
Mhm.
You know, I get it. I can get that. You know, but I mean like everything else, just kind of like, are you fucking kidding me? Which actually kind of sort of jumps into the next topic. It's the
We're getting
if you
heated
could
here,
erase-
guys. We're getting
if you could
heated.
erase one invention from history, like one thing that we dumbass fucking humans decided to come up with, what would it be?
Bananas. on fire on a grill. No,
No,
I'm just kidding.
no,
I'm just
it's
kidding.
necessary. That's
Honestly, I
necessary. I'm
feel
gonna get
like
that shit tattooed just to spite you.
you should.
Right here, baby.
Honestly, like I think like the downfall of humanity started with smartphones and social
Really?
media. I honestly though, if I had to pick between the two, I'd pick social media. I think social media is the destruction of all relationships and stuff like that. You think about like let's say X, for example, Twitter for you guys who are
Mhm.
old. I just can't call it one letter, a syllable. Like it has to be X platform or something. You know what I mean? That would make more sense to me than just X. Like X just sounds
Yeah,
horrible.
yeah.
But I would say like if you look on X and if I post a picture of me just like this, no one's gonna give a fuck. No one's gonna like it.
Mhm.
No one's gonna comment on it. Whatever. Now if I'm a girl
Yeah.
and I do this, I'm gonna get 1,000 fucking messages of fucking dudes. You know what, guys? You need to stop. Like, stop being simps. Stop being fucking
Mhm.
little pathetic little online internet boys who think you're fucking super sexy. You're not. You're garbage. Especially if you're sitting online messaging people and like, you're fucking hot. You want to message me? Or you drop in DMs with a little Vienna sausage pictures. Like, nobody wants that shit. Put it away. You're garbage. Go hit on someone in person. But you lose social skills talking to women and stuff by being on social media. So I'm gonna get rid of social media.
Social media?
Yeah.
Okay. I actually had a really hard time with this, like this personally for me. But I think I might actually kind of agree with you, especially since I'm more online when it comes to like Twitter specifically, than you are. Because I see it like all the time, especially in like the streaming spaces, dude. Like there's one, I'm not gonna say her name or anything like that, but there's one that I follow pretty closely, and we even have like a quasi acquaintanceship happening, I guess you could say, through like to like being invited to their Discord and all that jazz. There's a couple of them really, and they're both fantastic chicks. I think they're good peoples. Honestly, like they remind me of like female versions of you and me, so that might be why I like them. But
So they're
but
hot
like yeah, of course they're smoking hot just like us.
and they have a
But like
goatee
so.
and one has no hair. That sounds hideous.
sounds very like Mad Max-ish.
Kind of
But
down.
anyway, but like I say like all the time and stuff like with the bullshit that they get like on like their DMs and shit just in Discord, not even talking about X where all those fucking weirdos are. Like in Discord, like you have kind of like a barrier, if you will, that like prevents you from having too many fucking weirdos, right? Like you still get like the occasional GFX artist, you're still gonna have a weirdo that pops in, blah 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 blah. But I mean, on X, it's just this open platform where anyone can talk to anybody, unless you set your shit up. I think you can do that where you can set it up where like you don't receive DMs unless it's like from friends or something like that. But um, I don't really know. I don't really care. I read them and I just laugh and I normally don't respond. So, but um, but like they have like people like that'll be sending nudes and shit to them and stuff like
Yeah.
countlessly. And one of them's married, and one of them just recently went through a divorce like fairly recently. And it's just these if you want to, I'm going to use this term men loosely here, but these men, they don't have like what we had to deal with and stuff back in the day, right? Like where we'd go to a bar, for example, to go and talk to a chick.
Mhm.
They don't have that standoffishness. You don't have to have your buddies and stuff hyping you up to go talk to that individual that you think is attractive or whatever.
Meanwhile, you're sitting
You
in the
know,
corner trying to lick your elbow.
yeah, yeah. Can I do that? Oh, that's not happening. So,
I'm pretty
um,
close.
I think that like you're really kind of hitting it on the nose there. The thing is, man, like when media became like a thing and it became like widely influenced and shit, it started with movies, and what have you, of course, obviously, but it opened up so many possibilities for mankind. But because mankind is mankind and the parasites that we are, we've abused it and destroyed it and turned it into this fucked off thing.
Yeah. So, some of you guys online need to have some goddamn self-respect. Stop being pathetic because that's what it is. Everyone looks at you and just thinks, "Look at the fucking pathetic asshole."
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, too, online social media is not a safe space for women in general. And then it's an ultimate like relationship killer too because back when we were younger, the only place you could meet someone is going out.
Yeah.
Now you can meet someone fucking anywhere. Gaming, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat. Like there's so many out there right now. So
Yeah.
you've got a fucking 100 dudes on each platform hitting on a freaking Abyss because she's freaking smoking hot.
Yeah.
Just you don't honestly like it's just the way it's killing like everything. Like it's a relationship destroyer. It's a social development skills destroyer. Like people out there just can't communicate like they used to. Could you imagine nowadays a guy going up to a girl in a bar? Like I don't think that exists anymore. It's like, hey, let me airdrop you my buddy's number. You might like him. Like
Yeah.
what the
Oh
fuck is
my
an
God,
airdrop?
airdropping, dude.
Like
Holy shit.
fucking Apple users.
Yeah, I forgot all about people airdropping shit.
Like
God damn. Well, so then, so like I would ask this then. Do you think that because you started with like it being smartphones, but do you think that if smartphones didn't exist, that the social media issue would be less?
no, I just feel like people would leave their homes less because there's computers at home. But I feel like it just
Okay.
meant ease of access. So I mean, ultimately, what it
Yeah.
boils down to for me, I think, is the social media aspect of it. I think if you get rid
Yeah.
of all social media, the smartphones just become a toy and a way to call someone,
Yeah.
and maybe a video call every now and then. So I think it would become less destructive to like the people in general. Like I just feel like social media is the downfall.
Okay. Okay. I'll just ask. So just throwing this out here, just for anyone who's listening right now, he's effectively saying that it's worse than like the atomic bomb and shit. So nuclear weapons and stuff,
100%, yeah.
which just kind of screams to like the direction that we're heading in. I think, not because he's wrong, because he's not. He's really not. Like people talk shit about like, oh, we're gonna have this nuclear holocaust. Are we though? Like, no one's
Mhm.
actually that fucking stupid to press that button.
Think
There's been
about
times in history that they almost did,
yeah.
but it's almost, you know what I mean? Like,
Dude, fucking Russia's gonna bomb Donald Trump because he sent out a mean tweet on social media.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
That's how it's
yeah.
gonna fucking start, guys.
That's that's the
Who was it?
fucking. I
Kim
can't
Jong
even get
Un
into that.
threatened to blow up set off a bomb in the U.S. if we didn't stop putting that movie on Netflix. What was that movie?
Oh, the interview, wasn't
The
it?
interview, yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah,
he threatened
that shit was
to
funny, by the
set off
way.
a bomb over a Netflix movie. Like, shut the
Yeah,
fuck
it's just
up,
like,
dude.
get the fuck out of here, guy.
Yeah.
I don't know. He might be dumb enough to do it. Maybe
He,
I doubt it. But
he probably is dumb enough to push the button, but the bomb would probably only go 6 feet before it blows up. You know what I mean? Like they
yeah,
don't have
yeah.
the best track record for making bombs.
Right. Yeah, ICBMs, baby. Doesn't work too well for them.
Short range missile. It's supposed to be a long range. Well, it doesn't
Yeah.
go that far.
Yeah, but I mean, kind of touching on the topic with the social media and what have you. Like, do you think that that first impressions like really matter too much nowadays?
I don't feel like first impressions really exist as much as they used to per se, because I feel like 90% of people who meet someone new probably met them online or at work, right? So I would
Yeah,
say it's situational because like if you meet someone at work for the first week you're at work, you're pretending to be this excellent employee and trying to prove that you were worth
you're selling
hiring.
yourself.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
You meet someone online. Usually, it's like I mean that's probably the closest you're gonna get to seeing someone's true self online
hmm
on like video games or like social media. Um, but like me, like on social media, I'm not myself, so don't expect me to be fuck you on there and shit. I don't really use social media, so I don't really give a crap. But I don't. First impressions nowadays, I don't think they matter as much as they used to, unfortunately. Because I remember like my grandma used to tell me, she's like, if you're gonna meet someone, make sure you wear a nice pair of shoes because that's the first thing they're gonna notice. Um,
yeah. How wild is that? She is so right. Like,
but
it
nowadays, do you
is.
think people look at shoes like?
I mean, not hardly. You know what I mean? I had this one time, man, where I was dealing with I was working in a vet clinic. I'll just say that. I don't know if you remember that, but I always would dress, like to the nines, right? But I'm working in like an environment where there could be messes, like I could slip, trip, whatever. So I would be wearing tennis shoes that were designed for that. So I had these fucking slacks. I had this super expensive Charles Tyrwhitt, fucking, which is probably the best thing to come out of the UK aside from you, in my opinion. But this button up,
I'll
dude,
take
really
it.
fucking nice.
I'll take it.
And you know, like, I mean, it's like $200 fucking shirt. You know what I mean? Like, and whatnot. And then I was walking this guy in dressed to the nines too, right? Dude was fucking looked super professional. And walking him into the room and shit to like take his, you know, pet back and whatnot.
Boy, he's gonna say
And
pants off, but
all he could do was like he would keep like looking down at my feet. He was so blown away that I was wearing tennis shoes, slip resistant tennis shoes, with this fucking outfit that was probably easily like pushing, you know, a five bill. You know what I mean? Like, um, and I remember like laughing my ass off afterward. Like I went back and told him, you know, like, hey, so and so's in this room, you know, waiting for you guys. And I was kind of like laughing about it. They're like, what? And I told them that shit. And they were all just like, well, yeah, like it doesn't, I never thought of that, but you look so out of place like here. But I was the first person that, you know, these clients would be seeing. So I wanted to be, you know, leave it a good impression, you know?
But then you wore tennis shoes.
And then I wore tennis shoes because I didn't want to fucking slip and fall. And you
Well,
know, that like really, I survived all that time in the army just to fucking die from slipping on dog shit.
That's like seeing some. That's like seeing someone in the military wearing their military uniform with tennis shoes. Like, you notice
Yeah.
it because it's fucking wrong.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. You just kind of like, what the
But-
fuck? No, this guy's got to be on some kind of
But I
profile.
don't feel like first impressions are everlasting like they used to be. You know what I mean? Like back in the day, it was like, man, that guy shook my hand like so like firm and he grasped the way he grasped my hand was just very like commanding and professional. Whereas nowadays, like you shake someone's fucking hand, I don't think they give a shit.
Yeah,
Like how you shake.
I might even see if we can get them to post, you know, something on our Twitter to see, like, you know, or even ask like you listeners now, like in the comments, like, do you think that first impressions even matter anymore? You know, just let us know in the comments, or on the Twitter, where the hell else are we're all over the fucking place. You can see there at the bottom.
I will
know,
say though, like certain impressions probably do matter. Like, if you have a certain symbol on your forehead or your neck, from German culture, that's probably going to be an everlasting impression, and you're probably never getting rid of it. But
Right.
that's an extreme first impression. You know what I mean? Versus like
Yeah,
just wearing a freaking different colored socks, like or saying hi instead of hello. Like I don't think that
Yeah.
matters.
yeah. Well, have you ever like based off of a first impression? Have you ever like been completely wrong about someone? Like,
Nope,
say
never. Nope.
never really.
No, I've never
So,
been
like,
wrong about anybody.
it's happened to me numerous times where I'm just like, this motherfucker has no drive. You know what I mean? Like I'll see them and they just look ate up, dude, straight up soup sandwich.
Mm.
And I'm like, ugh, you know, and then like, but then I get to working with this individual and they'll be like in the uniform, you know, that's, you know, assigned to them. And they look right. You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh, well, shit. Okay. And they end up being like one of the hardest workers I've ever had, you know? So, and I know they've been completely wrong about me too, man. I had one time, you know, because of the way I look, you know, I had one time a specific individual who does not look like us, had a hard time talking to me for a long time, was like almost terrified of talking to me for a long time. Which you guys hear, this is me. Like this is, you know, aside from not burning a banana, this is pretty much how I am all the time, you know? But this individual, just because the way I looked, you know, was just like, oh man, like I couldn't, you know, so, and she even came to me months later and was just like, you know, I never would have thought that you and I could get along.
Oh yeah. Well, so like Angie, for example, like I used to flip her off when we first like met. Like she'd be walking past and I just go, and I'd have like a slight smile on my face, dude. Like I was like super like joking, you know. And she said, like, when we talk about it to this day, where she's like, you know, when I first met you, I thought you was a fucking asshole and I fucking hated you. And she's like, now look, like she's one of the main supporters of freaking UK Nation, this podcast, and like, I mean,
I mean, she's right. You are an asshole, but there's no reason to hate you for it.
Yeah,
you know,
it's just who I am.
Yeah. But that's what I got about that question, man. That's kind of where I was at, you know, effectively, like, should we trust our gut instinct, you know, when it comes to just a first impression of someone, you know?
I think nowadays, I mean, it's not something you should solely base your whole opinion on.
Right.
Things are different.
Yeah. Yeah. So do you think like a bad first impression can be something that you overcome?
I think a bad first impression is hard to overcome because depending on like the severity of it. Like
Yeah,
if your
obviously, if
first
you're talking about like
impression,
what you were talking about.
yeah, if you if your first impression is like tripping and falling and spilling something all over someone, that's probably an everlasting impression. It's probably never going to go away. But does
Right.
that mean you can't fix it down the road? No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Like you could fucking joke about it later on down in the times to come. You know, like if
Yeah.
I tripped and spilled something all over Jaeger, I wouldn't give a fuck.
I'd
I'd
probably laugh about it, to
laugh
be
my
honest
ass off and go, "That's what you get."
with you.
But
You were
yeah,
too fucking close.
I mean, it depends on the severity, but I think like they neither matter nor do they matter. So I mean, like it could go either way. Like it doesn't make any sense really. It just depends on like the
Yeah.
severity of the first impression.
Well, listeners, I still want to know what you think. Like, do you think that first impressions matter too much anymore? Just let us know any way you want to, man. There's so many fucking different ways to get a hold of us. Let us know. Just let
Yeah.
us know. I'm curious. So
Yeah, let
that's
us
what I
know,
got. That's
and
my
then
take.
if you guys have any questions too about the like podcast, anything you want us to talk about, go ahead and comment on any kind of the platforms. I do check them all. So if you want to leave a comment or you want to join our Discord and hit us up there, and you want us to answer a question while we're on our podcast, go ahead and do that. If you guys want to support future content and you want to do a donation, reach out to us in the Discord. We'll give you a link if you want to make a donation to help improve the the podcast, and we'll get better as we go along. I will say too, we try to touch it very almost every episode. It is important to us. If you guys know or need help, or know someone who does need help, make sure you guys reach out. Touch 988. Go ahead and reach out. Get the help you need. Don't suffer alone. It's a pretty big thing for military civilians too. I mean, it doesn't matter like what your background is. Just call them, man. Like they're pretty nice, pretty easy to deal with. Nobody even has to know.
Yeah,
It's
you can
free.
even text.
Yeah, you can even text, call, or
Yeah.
text. 988. It's that easy, guys. But I think that's gonna wrap up this episode. You got anything, Jaeger?
Nope, that's it, man. That just let me know what you guys think. If that's the thing. Do first impressions really matter too much at all anymore?
Yeah, go ahead and reach us out on the DMs, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.
Bye bye.